That was a cool little exchange. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2. Last episode, we finished off Scorpioness Nachka here in the Shaded Woods, and we did that for her husband, who initially commissioned us he basically put a hit out on his wife. We did that for him. We completed his little side quest, which we would have had to have done anyway, but since I have the Ring of Whispers, I could actually talk to him and find out that he wanted us to do that favor for him. So in exchange, he's about to give us another fragrant branch of yore, and that's going to allow us to unpetrify a couple of petrified enemies. Oh, right, I don't have my Ring of Whispers on. Let me go ahead and re-equip that real quick. Then we can get to talking to him.
You've defeated my better half. This is my thanks. Take it. I have no gods to pray to. But still, I pray that your journey will be safe.
Alright, and we're off again. So now that we have another fragrant branch of yore, we're gonna use... Oh, right. Lizard, get back here. Oh, you're not getting away from me again. Not again. No, lizard!
He keeps slipping away! It's like happiness.
Missed that lizard twice in a row now. Okay, anyway, we're gonna make our way back out into the main area right before where you enter the cave system to fight Nachka. And maybe I can avoid getting cursed this time? Probably not. Nope. Nope. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I could just take my time and not get cursed, but... oh well. Going for it. Let's try to not get cursed twice, though. So we'll head back out. We will unpetrify one of the warriors, and then we will grab another fragrant branch from the chest, along with a couple of pieces of armor. Then we will go ahead and get the key that will unlock the door which Ornifex is behind. I believe this is this another one of the golden ones, like the one we fought behind Man Scorpion Tark? Not sure. Nope, this one isn't special. Nothing special at all. That one's just blocking the path to this chest back here. Oh, two cursed urns. And inside the chest, we get not only the fragrant branch, but a couple of pieces of armor that will help us look like all these cool little lion warriors we're fighting. Now, we still do not have the Fang key, which is the key that unlocks the door in the pit back there behind the basilisks. But we will in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and homeward bone to the Shaded Woods bonfire. Or not Shaded Woods. What's that bonfire called? Yeah, like I'm gonna remember that bonfire's name right now. Either way, it's the last bonfire we were resting at. And just as soon as this is finished loading... there we go. I will show off where that one particular petrified lion warrior is. The one that holds the Fang key. Also, I forgot about this. Nothing too important in there, but it's still worth showing off where stuff is when I remember. Oh no! Oh god! I meant to run, or I meant to take a running jump, but only the roll came out. I didn't have enough time to get my momentum built up. This is the one that's going to drop a key for us. And he, she, it will not last long. Unlike the first one, we can actually position ourselves behind that one. Right when it's finished, coming out of its unpetrified animation. So now that we have the Fang key, we'll make our way back to the pit with all the corrosive acid and the 4 or 5 basilisks. We're not going to be taking the same entrance into that pit, though. We're not going to be going over here on the left, or behind me now. Instead, there's another drop down you can make that's actually a little bit concealed by this grass. And this reveals an NPC that you otherwise don't have access to, along with this chest with... what's in here again? Ah, Homing Soul Mass. And the NPC is... oh, for a second I was worried he didn't spawn.
Ah, look how far this undead has wandered. And a very fit undead you are. A bit too alive, but with a darkish shadow. Yet still unprepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future. Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find the need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall. The dark is still nascent within you. May the dark shine your way. The dark.
This is the first time we've met this NPC. His name is Darkdiver Grandahl, I believe. And he is the leader of a very special covenant. He's the leader of the Pilgrims of Dark, which is the Abyss Covenant. We haven't seen or heard many direct references to the Dark or the Abyss yet in the game. He's one of the very first and very few direct references to it. But we'll be getting some pretty big ones later on in the game. He's located in 3 locations throughout the game. Here, behind the big locked doors in the Black Gulch, and once in Drangleic Castle later on. Once you visit him in all 3 locations, he lets you join the Covenant, the Pilgrims of Dark. The Covenant lets you into a special location called the Dark Chasm of Old, and you get to fight some optional phantoms and an optional boss, and we'll be doing that much later on. But now, let's see what's behind the door. This is Ornifex.
Thank you for helping me. I am Ornifex. I owe you some form of thanks, but have nothing for you at the moment. If it would not trouble you, could you visit my abode just down the way? Thank you, kind traveler. I believe that I can be...
I'm gonna real quickly cut ahead back to Scorpioness Najka's boss room so we can keep moving forward. And I'll talk more about Ornifex in a sec. Alright, this should be good enough. I believe I pointed out how you get to that item that's a flame butterfly on the tree last episode, about 10 minutes ago. It's all blurring together to me. Ornifex, though. Ornifex, very interestingly, is one of the crow people who are typically associated with Velka, likely followers of Velka, the goddess of sin. And the last time that we encountered those crow people was in the Painted World in Dark Souls. It's very interesting to see one of those crows not only speaking to us, but located far, far outside of the Painted World. If you assume that the Painted World isn't actually in Drangleic. It's a very high probability that we might be seeing a little bit more of the Painted World in Dark Souls 2, maybe sometime down the line. But I'm not going to spoil too much more. Oh, I can't wait. Everything from this point on just gets more and more interesting. It's one of my favorite points in the game. There is a bonfire over here somewhere, I think? That's kind of easily missed. There it is. Ornifex, she mentions that she makes her home somewhere a little bit deeper in to this level. If you go past the Doors of Pharros, you can come to one of 2 areas. Well, I mean, you can go through the Doors of Pharros, or you can make your way onwards to the Brightstone Cove. that's the area we're going to be heading to. The Doors of Pharros are mostly an optional area outside of this little junction part. There is an optional boss here. I'll probably be doing him later on, maybe in the bonus episode, because like I said, I am going to do all the optional bosses. It's another Gurm warrior like Goblin. But for now, I'm going to make a beeline straight towards Brightstone Cove, where we can finally meet Ornifex again. And once we make our way to Ornifex the second time, or the first time after freeing her, she will be so grateful that we freed her from her imprisonment that she'll trade us one item, one boss soul item, free of charge. And of course, by now we all know what I'm going after, and why I'm going after it so early. This, I think, is a mimic. Totally a mimic. Is this the first mimic we've seen? Oh, he still hit me a little bit. Mimics are so much creepier in this game. Oh, the way they bend over backwards and start doing that spider walk. That one didn't survive for too long, though. Just like in Dark Souls 1, if you try to open a chest that is a mimic, he will eat you. And if you have a lot of health, you'll survive being eaten by the mimic. Not worth risking it, though. Also, I don't know if I've pointed this out yet, but if you attack a chest enough times, the chest will break and its contents will turn into rubbish. So, whenever possible, avoid fighting near chests and avoid attacking them. It's kind of a pain in the ass because one of the old ways that you would have been able to tell that a chest was a mimic was to hit it and see if the chest takes damage. You can't really rely on that too much anymore because you don't want to risk breaking it. Also, note the statues back there. I actually didn't pick up that those statues are the same ones as the ones that spit poison at you in the Black Gulch and in the gutter. Wonder what the connection there is. Oh, he does still throw axes at you. I think I pointed this out when I was going through the Forest of Fallen Giants. In that area that leads backwards to the shortcut, when you're heading up the sword, when they were originally showing the game off, that was one of the areas that they showed off. And there used to be a Gurm warrior up there, a dwarf up there, who tossed gigantic battle axes at you. And the reason that they showed that area off early on when they were demoing the game was they were showing off a mechanic that allowed you to attack and deflect projectile weapons. I wonder if that's still in the game. Kind of wish I had reacted right and tried to hit one of those axes out of the air. I'll be a little bit careful with this one, just because I'm on such a narrow platform. Alright. Oh my god, Gurm Great Shield. That's awesome. Awesome! The reason that I'm so hype about that Gurm Great Shield drop is because that shield happens to have 100% fire resistance. Meaning you can block any fire-based attack and take no damage. That's going to work very heavily into a strategy for an upcoming boss. And now we are going to make our way into Brightstone Cove. Real quick, one more thing to note about the area that we just came from, the Doors of Pharros. In addition to hosting an optional boss fight, it's another Rapros Covenant area, kind of like the Grave of Saints, where the Covenant mechanics work pretty much the same as they do in the Grave. There are tons of Pharros Lockstone contraptions that are mostly traps, so you can trap people who are invading in that area, or rather, who are trespassing, and who you as a Rapro summon as an invader, kind of. It's a little bit of an odd way to phrase it. I believe you can take all these battlements down, and you get a couple of things from some of them. My first time through here, I did not realize that there was a bonfire this early on. And it's right here hidden inside this tent in the middle of the camp. I believe Brightstone Cove Tseldora used to be a prosperous town under the leadership of Duke Tseldora. And the source of their prosperity was that the town was host to a mining operation, a pretty massive one. You'll see what they're mining later on. Just a moment after I clear this camp out. How did that hit him? I swung directly behind. That's... Hitboxes are weird. Oh shit. Should not be messing with my rings before I know everything is clear. Luckily, it's not too dangerous. We put the right ring on. Been running around with the wrong ring setup. Jump. Follow up. All good. Let's take this other tower out. No drops on that one. There is an Estus Flask shard, I think, around here too, but it's not where you might think it is. It's actually down in the well. And I'll show you how to get down into the well just in a sec. There's a Titanite shard. There's a little bit of Titanite to be found around this area. But the real prize is right down in the well, which you get by running up here, and you can make this running jump. Oh, sometimes the roof caves in, sometimes you don't make the jump. Got a little bit lucky there. And from the well, you can actually get inside this house, which you otherwise don't have access to. I think... Oh, it's 5 human effigies. I thought there was a shard in there. I know there's a shard later on in the level, but... trying to check my memory real quick and see. No, there's no shard here. Yeah, I was just thinking of the 5 human effigies. Still, not a bad prize for going down into that well. Especially if you're having a lot of trouble and having to burn through those effigies. I believe there's a section later on in the game. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot about the boulder. My luck is holding up remarkably well so far. That is incredible. And you can, just like in, that reminds me of Demon Souls in 1-1. You can let loose that second boulder and get a couple other guys trampled. You just got a glimpse of it, but look at that. What this town was mining were crystals. Suddenly, this area is starting to look a whole lot more familiar. Suddenly, this is starting to look like the Crystal Cove from Dark Souls. The one right before the Seath boss fight. Except it looks like it's been stripped of all its crystals, or most of them, rather. That's a connection that's not going to die down anytime soon, the connection to Seath's Cove in Dark Souls. Just like how Hade's Tower of Flame bears more than just a passing resemblance to Anor Londo. This game is full of shades of the past. Oh. I think their weapons are maybe dark enchanted. I think that's what the black glow around the weapons are. Which should mean that I can't fully block them anyway, even if I did try to put my shield up. Oh. Had to wait for my stamina to recover too. That almost went wrong as hell. That was almost pretty bad. Top up with a life gem. These spider markings on the wall are a sign of things to come. In fact, yep. So there's an ambush of spiders waiting for us. But, oh wait, I'm thinking of deeper into the cave. Yeah, right in here. Spiders will come out to ambush you as soon as you open this chest up. I think you might be able to trigger them early. Am I wrong about that? Well, I'll open the door up and reveal this hidden wall. And then I'll go back for the chest later. Here's the Estus Flask shard in this area that I was thinking of. They really loved the hidden walls in this one. I don't. The hidden walls kind of always drive me nuts. Oh, that's a big trap. And now the spiders should be coming out, right? There they are. I think Dark Souls 2 probably has the creepiest spiders in the series. They are horrifying looking. Oh god. And the ones later on are even worse. If you're if you're arachnophobic, you're gonna have a bad time with this game. Yeah, but who knows, maybe you'll find it cathartic, being able to kill all these spiders with impunity. This is pretty much Pinwheel 2. Pinwheel 2.0. Prowling Magus is gonna go down in 4 hits. And then his congregation, probably just the same amount of hits. This really is... I don't even know what to say about this boss fight. I guess it's there to give you a breather after Najka? I don't know, really. It's not a big deal. It does make you feel like a badass, though, when you can make them fly back like 30 feet in the air like ragdolls. I actually don't even know what to say about this fight, as from a lore perspective. It just seems like a cultist maybe taking refuge with his congregation from all the spiders, or maybe they're a spider-worshipping cult. As far as I know, not much is said about them. I do like the ones that crawl along the ground once you knock them down and still try to fight you from a crawling position. Oh, he's not dead. Now he is. Yep, that's Prowling Magus and his congregation. Really seems more like a mini-boss fight, but eh. If they want to give me a boss soul for it, I'll take it. Okay, we have, I think, hidden walls? No hidden wall there. But on the other side, we do have a ladder leading up. And remember how I was talking about Ornifex and the Crow People and the connection to Velka and the Painted World? Well, we have another Pardoner, much like Oswald of Kareem. Someone in the Pardoners get up. But first, I'm going to pick up all these worthless fading souls.
Something seems to be bothering you. Yes, I can tell. It is written upon your face. You have doubts about something you did. I am Cromwell. Regret, anguish, disillusion, bewilderment. What wonderful gifts they are. Together, they are the essence of life. Don't you agree? But now you're lost, bewildered by your own actions. You poor little thing. Yes, how tiny and frail are we. But if your heart is yet sincere, your sins will be forgiven. Now is the chance. Demonstrate your sincerity to me.
Just like Oswald of Kareem, Cromwell will absolve us of our sins.
As long as he is sincere. No matter how terrible the sin. Surely, we all deserve mercy. Yes.
And he also stocks, I believe this is the gear that the Prowling Magus was wearing, or at least one of his flock. And nothing too earth-shattering in the miracle section. So we're going to leave Cromwell alone up here since we haven't sinned either. Next time we're going to be heading deeper into Brightstone Cove. We are going to fight our second Great Soul. We're going to light the second Primal Bonfire. And I'm finally going to pick up the Crypt Black Sword from Ornifex. That and more next time. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.